Hi, I'm Beatrice Turner. I'm going to be your therapist.
I'm Kate.
Hi, Kate. What brings you in today?
I'm starting grad school next semester, and I just feel like lately I've been having some issues come up in my schoolwork and my relationship and my family that revolve around drinking, and I really just want to start out this year brand new and fresh, and I really want to just focus on school and not have any of this other stuff come into play. So I think I kind of want to start getting a handle on my party life and like what I do socially, I guess.
Okay, so you're going to be starting grad school, and it sounds like you're afraid that maybe you're partying and drinking are interfering with maybe some of your schoolwork, or it might interfere with your schoolwork and with some of your relationships. Is that accurate?
Yeah, and I have to pay for school all by myself. I got a couple loans, I got a small scholarship and everything, but I don't want to jeopardize that because I have been missing classes here and there because I've woken up completely hungover, and then just, it's been really bothering my boyfriend. We live together, and he just we have like plans with his family and stuff, and I'll be too hungover to even go out on a Sunday afternoon, and they want to do brunch, but Lord knows they want to do it at like 10:30 in the morning, and it's like, it's Sunday, I don't really want to get up at 8 o'clock and get around to look pretty and appropriate for his family, and it's just like a whole other situation, so it's frustrating for sure.
Okay. So your drinking is causing some problems with your relationship with your boyfriend?
I would say so, yeah. And him. Sometimes he can be a jerk about things, Okay.
So he's not very understanding about your drinking?
Yeah, I mean, whenever I go out, I don't, like, I'm young, and I go out with my girlfriends, and we normally just the guys will buy us drinks and stuff, so I don't really spend a lot of money when I go out, which is good because, I'm a student and everything, but I think that he thinks that that's kind of like a factor, and he thinks that I'm out like flirting and, with other guys, so I think, I don't think he really understands it all that much. I mean, it's just something to do socially. Like, I put a lot of work. I have 3 jobs, so I put a lot of work in, and I'm getting all A's. I might be missing classes, so I don't want that to suffer, but, so I'm not really sure if he understands it or not. But.
Okay. So you enjoy drinking, you enjoy hanging out with your friends socially. It's not affecting your schoolwork. Really not a problem with how your boyfriend is seeing your drinking.
I guess so. I mean, he complains about it a lot to me and stuff, but I'm not sure if it's I don't really care what he thinks, or maybe we haven't just sat down and really talked about it all that much, I guess.
So him having some issues with your drinking is frustrating for you.
Mm-hmm. It really is. The more I think about it, I guess I do kind of want to make some steps towards being better about it, just because I think it would help me out and it would help our relationship. And since we do live together, it's not like I can escape him. Like, he's always there if I come home and when he gets off work, So, I mean, I'm busy and he's busy, but we still have that chunk of time where, we're always together, and I can't go and, do my own thing outside of my house. Like, I have to leave my house to go do my own thing, which is kind of frustrating if we end up fighting about it. So I guess I am looking to make some changes regarding that, just drinking in general, I guess. So it'd work out for the better.
Okay, so you want to stop drinking or limit your drinking in order to improve your relationship with your boyfriend?
Yeah, definitely. I think limiting is a good word for it. I don't think I'd be able to give it up altogether. I mean, what are you supposed to do, like, on a Friday night or a Saturday night? And when you're in college, it's not like, my friends would be down with going to the movies or anything like that. And even, like, with all the people that buy us drinks, it's probably more expensive to go to the movies and get popcorn and tickets and everything, so.
And And so drinking is a cheaper alternative.
Yeah.
For something to do on a Friday night.
And I'm not going to be young forever, so I might as well get it now, you know what I mean?
Kate, you've mentioned that you wanted to make some changes with your drinking. Have you considered the benefits of making that change?
You mean like the good stuff that would come out of like what? Or, kind of slow it down?
You can look at it either way. The benefits of limiting your drinking or the benefits of continuing drinking. We can talk about both if you would like.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I guess some benefits would maybe be, I think it would definitely help me and Devin's relationship.
If you were to stop drinking or drinking, I'm sorry.
We'll just limiting it or pre-planning the week ahead so that he and I had set time set aside so I could make sure that maybe it was DD the specific night that he wanted to do something the morning after, like with his grandparents. And so I think that we probably wouldn't have as much conflict over me being hungover or not being able to, participate in family functions if I limited it. I think in general I feel as though I have more control in my life, because there are times where I go out and it's kind of hard to keep count when you switch back and forth between drinks. If you do like a shot and then a mixed drink and then a beer, so I think that sometimes I definitely get way more drunk than I would want to be. So I could kind of, if I limit it to say maybe like only drinking beer, maybe like 4 beers when I go out for the night. And then I wouldn't even be drunk by the end of the night. If we go out at 11 and stay out till 4, and then I could still be a DD and wouldn't have to call a cab or anything. So it would save me a little bit of money in that area, maybe. And I think I'd be able to not miss class, focus on my schoolwork a little bit better, be able to concentrate. And I think, I probably could pick up some more work hours too, which would be helpful financially. So yeah, I definitely would say it would help me in the financial realm, and it would probably improve things with Devin, and he would be grateful, or at least see that I'm working towards our relationship in general, which would probably score me a couple brownie points, which would be nice.
Okay. So some of the benefits of limiting your drinking would be a better relationship with your boyfriend, with Devin. You would feel like you would have more control over your life. You mentioned coming up with a schedule where you would only drink so many beers. When you went out, you would come up with a plan with who was going to be the DD, kind of making arrangements beforehand if you had an event or something to go to with his family the next day. You could pick up some more hours at work if you limited your drinking and didn't have a hangover the next day or feeling kind of yucky from having a night out the night before where you got drunk. And you also mentioned that it would help you with grad school, with your work and things like that. So those are some great benefits. What would be the benefits of continuing to drink?
I had fun, just cutting loose with my girlfriends and dancing and and I think sometimes I'm kind of shy when I go out too, so it kind of enables me to kind of talk to people a little bit more. And I just have a blast, and I think that's like and a lot of the, like, we'll do dinner and we'll always have like a bottle of wine with us for dinner. Like normally before we go out, all of us get together and we'll make a meal or whatever, and then so we kind of start off the night with drinking, and I think that it's just, I wouldn't know what their reaction to it would be, so that would kind of have me worried. So I think that it just keeping things easy and not changing would have, it would just kind of like upset things with everyone that we hang out with. But keeping it the way it is, we definitely have so much fun when we go out. So
drinking is enjoyable for you.
Yeah.
Kind of allows you to let loose and have a good time and just relax and kind of forget about some of the life stressors?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Now, earlier when we were talking, you mentioned some of the costs of drinking, continuing to drink the way that you are now, which has caused some problems with your relationship. Have you considered some of the other costs that drinking as you are now, how that has affected you?
Ever since I have started drinking more, I have put on a little bit of weight. Because I always normally end up at gyms, so it's like an added extra meal and just the calories and the alcohol itself. So I put on probably, I'd say, between like 5 and 10 pounds with that. Just the stuff with Devin is stressful. Sometimes financially it is the hindrance because they always want to go, like all my girlfriends want to go shopping before, and again, depending on where we go, they want new outfits or something, so that's kind of frustrating. So normally I end up spending a little money on clothes and whatnot, but I don't know. I mean, I guess that's probably all I can really think of. And then the stuff that we discussed before with our relationship, but I think that's about it. As we sit here talking about this, like I feel like this is probably the first time I've ever been able to vocalize it. I think about it a lot, but with the crowd I hang out with and my boyfriend's always nagging me about it, I feel like I get kind of a jaded perspective from him, but this isn't really something that you would talk about with my friends that I would go out with, and I think that I feel kind of alone when I think about it. So, but this vocalizing it, I think I'm ready to take some steps towards improving, these behaviors, I guess.
You want to make some changes?
Yeah.
Let's talk about your best wish. If you woke up tomorrow morning and life was exactly how you wanted it, what would that look like for you?
Things with my boyfriend would be going well. He wouldn't be nagging me all the time about this, so just everything would be going well with him and with his family, and our relationship would be good. And then everything with my friends wouldn't be, if I did cut back on drinking, I wouldn't feel like I might lose them, so everything would be good with them too, and healthy and happy in all my relationships. But still being able to have fun, just keeping a good balance of things and being aware of myself, I guess. I mean, I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Okay. What do you think that you need to do, or what would you like to do to get from where you are now to your best wish?
I think I would need to cut back on my drinking, and so I wouldn't be hungover. So maybe like go out and have a few and just keep myself in check and just continuously being mindful of what I'm doing, what I'm drinking, and how many drinks I have, and not just blatantly doing shots here or there. Maybe confiding more in my boyfriend about this and talking it through with him so that he's more supportive and is able, it's not just like a battle between me and him in that area. It's something that we can talk about and kind of put behind us and work with it and move forward.
It sounds like you've put a lot of thought into making this change, and you've mentioned that it's really important to you to improve your relationship with your boyfriend, better grades, things like that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you can make this change?
With one being
you're not very confident, you feel like you're going to struggle a lot, maybe not be able to really quite do it, and 10 being, you can achieve this, you got it down, you just got to put a little bit of, effort and you're going to get it done.
I think I would probably say I'm at a 4.
A 4. 5. Why are you at a 4?
Just where me and Devin are at right now, he gives me a lot of grief over it right now, so I don't feel very supported in that area. I think I'm also pretty concerned with what my friends would think if if they would even support me in everything. I don't think that they see it as quite as an issue as I would, so I don't feel as if I have that support from people who are close to me, I guess.
Okay. So your friends and your boyfriend, you said that they're not very supportive of you, kind of feel like they're kind of holding you back. They don't maybe believe that you could make the change?
I'm not sure even about that. I think I'm just nervous to even bring it up with them. Like, we've never engaged in those conversations before, just because I'm anxious, and I'm nervous about what they would say, I think.
You're scared of what your friends would think about wanting to limit your drinking?
Yeah. Or if they, or even if they would want to continue hanging out, since that's a big, drinking is, is pretty much what we do when we go out. It's a big component of socialization for us. So.
Okay, so you're scared of how it's going to affect your relationships with your friends and... Okay, what do you think that we could do to move you from a 4 to a 5?
I think maybe just taking the time to have that conversation with Devin, and because he's probably the closest to me, so just taking the time to sort things out and making sure that he's on board with me for this whole thing, and that it's not just a topic of conflict. We can talk through it, and I can feel like he's supporting me in this, and there are going to be like little setbacks, but so just making sure that that relationship is strong and intact. I think that would help. And then just, maybe really just running it by like a couple of my friends who I'm a little bit closer to in our like group of friends, and maybe seeing what they would have to say, just one-on-one, and go get lunch with them and just talk to them about it. So just like small steps, I guess, like little things here and there would probably help, and to get me up to that 5.
Sounds like an excellent plan.